Welcome to the Skillful Living program again this week. Today I want to talk once more about the coronavirus, which is on everyone's minds these days. While we all struggle to cope with the fallout of this pandemic, I think it's useful to take a moment to see if we can actually learn something from this situation. And when I take that moment, the first thing that strikes me is the reminder that we are all connected. If I am exposed to this virus, then everybody around me is also affected. People I pass in the streets may be affected by this as well. So we are all connected. We should have known this already. But if we didn't, here comes a very, very strong reminder that life on this planet is a life of connection. So even while we are practicing our social distancing, as it's called, in order to be safe, we should not forget that we are, as human beings, we are one species, and as all those who live on Mother Earth, we are all connected, even different species in some way or the other. The virus is not discriminating on the basis of religion, or nationality, or skin color, or gender, or social class. So this is something we also need to understand, and I think it's a very useful lesson for us, because it is true that we are connected. It's just that we don't always accept it. So that's the first lesson. I think life is giving us a very strong, is giving us these lessons in a very in a way unpleasant and very strong delivery system. So let's accept them now. Let's learn something about ourselves, and let's not wait for the next reminder. The second thing I think that becomes very clear is that we all have one home. We are all connected on this one planet. Unless you're really seriously thinking of migrating to Mars or any other planet which might not be so friendly to human beings, to human life, then I think it's time for all of us to accept that this is our home and we are in this home together. And it's time for us to start nurturing our planet the way that the planet has nurtured us and our forebears for forever, really, effectively. So at the very least, let's stop abusing the planet. I think we are all guilty of this. I definitely include myself in it. But now let's start thinking of ways to nourish this planet, to nurture it back to good health. We've seen in some cities, because people are not going out, there are blue skies again. People have been posting pictures on social media of beautiful blue skies. Nature is perhaps very slowly starting to reclaim a little bit of its place on the planet. Let's try to help this process. Even when we don't do it only under threat of a disease, let's just do it all the time. So I would like to suggest that each of us makes one commitment today to ourselves to do something in a way that's a little bit more nourishing or a little bit less abusive of the earth. The third lesson, I think, at least for me, is that we need to stay calm. In any situation, this is a good idea, but it's especially important in a time of crisis or any sort of really difficult time. It's only when we are calm that we make good choices, good decisions. We still retain our humanity even if we are taking precautions against the threat of a disease. We remain kind and compassionate, also to ourselves and of course to others as well. So calmness, I feel, is key, because without that, it's, we can talk a lot, but will we actually take action? Or when we take action, we do take action. So that's not quite correct. We will take action, But if we are not calm, we are liable to take harmful action, harmful to ourselves and harmful to others. Panic reactions are never very good actions. And how do we stay calm? For me, the most effective way is meditation. There are other ways. Some people like to listen to soothing music. Some people like to read. I like both of those as well. But for me, the most effective is meditation, and perhaps yoga as well can help, or other forms of well, I don't want to call yoga an exercise, but maybe exercise also helps. What else? Pranayama, breath yoga, breath practices, all these things can help us to stay calm. What else? I think we can also learn to be more flexible, because when our life situation changes drastically, we need to adjust to that. And again, let's adjust calmly. Let's adjust with our humanity intact. Let's not think only of ourselves. Let's think of how others are affected, how they're coping, and how we can help them as well. There are many other lessons, but I think perhaps I'll leave it at this for today. I hope that's been a little bit helpful to, just for all of us to see more clearly where we are headed and where we want to be headed. Thank you for listening. Namaste. I'll see you next week.